YouTube prepares crackdown on mass-produced and repetitive videos. Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, it's not really happening. At least not in the way that you think. And so, from what I've been seeing online, like lately, is that apparently there's tweets of like this variation where it says, starting July 15th, YouTube will only pay creators who use their real voice and produce original content. Following will not be eligible for monetization, reused or repurposed videos, copied content, low effort uploads, fully AI generated videos. And so, maybe asking yourself, wait, why would they only be cutting down on this now, and yada yada yada. And actually, it turns out on another tweet, it actually goes here to say, even from Team YouTube itself, it says here, not exactly. To clarify, this is a minor update to our long-standing YouTube partner program policies to help us better identify when content is mass-produced or repetitive. This type of content has already been ineligible for monetization for years, and is content viewers often consider spam. And so videos like that could be out on like clip compilations, or maybe even like just people like, you know, like you have those like reaction videos where people are just sitting down, they're eating popcorn, they're drinking water. Very little commentary, not adding anything else to it. It's like you know, like how Twitch streamers be like just be watching videos and not doing anything with it. Yeah, stuff like that is considered very low effort content. And hell, if you also re-upload somebody else's video that is proven to be theirs, that's also not going to get you monetized because, well, you didn't make it. So why would they pay you for that? And of course, we have gone in depth on fully AI generated videos, and I'm actually going to link you one of my original videos down in the description below, where it talks about AI generated content and why I don't like it, why I believe that it needs to stop. So please go check it out in the comment below. I'm in the description below. I go much more into that, but yeah, there's like a lot of AI channels that do that. I remember, I think I covered like one about AI true crime and all that stuff, but literally making up stories. And I literally you could ask ChatGPT, make up a story for me. And so that is that. So anyways, going more into it, I actually want to take a look at what the actual program says, because you know you can get enough from it, but I want to see what it says here. So here is the big update that everybody's been talking about, okay, from YouTube themselves. It says here, YouTube partner program updates to add sensitive categories. On July 15th, the sensitive category bare skin image only will only be removed in added categories in YouTube Studio. Those currently apply using the setting will have until August 15th before existing blocks will no longer apply. You can use other categories like reference to sex for finer control over your ads on your channel. And if you go here, in order to monetize as part of the YouTube partner program, YouTube has always required creators to upload original and authentic content. On July 15th, 2025, YouTube is updating our guidelines to better identify mass-produced and repetitious content. This update better reflects what inauthentic content looks like today. So even in its own post here, again, I know you saw it on Twitter, but even here, and if you go in the highlights, it says to better identify. So that's actually it. So it's kind of crazy how even a minor update, you can kind of get people misinterpreting it, or people not understanding what's really going on. And it's just kind of insane to me, because, you know, that's kind of what it at. That's where we're at. So as I say every time, like, just do a little bit of research, you guys, every time you see something. I know it's kind of hard to do it because, like, you know, you're scrolling and you just read it, but try to make the little bit of effort. You know, it goes a long way for being informed. But before we look into something I want to show you guys, I actually want to take a look at what YouTube does, and I'm going to use my own channel as a case study here. Maybe we can figure something out together, okay? So now we can go here. It says what we check to review your channel. If you're making money on YouTube, your content should be original, authentic. This means that we expect your content to be your original creation. If you borrow content from somebody else, you need to change it specifically or significantly to make it your own, or make it transformative. Not to be duplicative or repetitive. Your content should be made for the enjoyment or education of viewers rather than for the sole purpose of getting views, which is a very common theme with some of these channels. Our reviewers will check your channel content against our policies. Since they can't check every video, our viewers may focus on your channel's main theme, most viewed videos, newest videos, biggest proportion of watch time, videos metadata, and channels about section. So let's look at my channel. We can say here. So what's the main theme of my channel? I literally say it right here. We do investigations, we do deep dives, we do commentary from time to time. All right. So what would be a deep dive here? Oh, literally I just talked about, I made almost a 30-minute video about stop killing games. I went over a lot of different stuff about it. and I went in depth on it. I actually went through even some of Pirate Software's comments. That's a pretty long deep dive, okay? In terms of investigations, we got to look down a bit more, because it's been a while since I've done a long one. Oh, I think I could do this one actually. I'm talking about basically Tesla's falling. So basically, what I went into is that there's a lot of people, a lot of stuff with Tesla going on where it's like, oh, basically PR stuff and yada 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 yada. That's the cool stuff. I can even do this one here. Where I talk about the SAG and Genshin Impact, SAG Astro Strike controversy. That's a pretty long investigation. That video is almost 50 minutes long, and I really, really, really dig into it. And a quick commentary video would maybe something like, you know, Billy Mitchell won his lawsuit. Okay, so essentially, I do explain my channel, and I understand what I'm doing. So that's the general theme people can get across. Of course, if you look at my most viewed videos, it's probably stuff like, yeah, you have stuff like Depletionist, you have all stuff like Kai Cenat and Johnny Somali, and even a massive trafficking incident. And so you can see here that, yeah, I've been doing this for a bit of time now. So that's what someone will gauge from that. And how do I know it's not a re-upload? Well, I know it's not a re-upload because how do you re-upload 40 minutes of that? Or at least if you watch these videos. So anyways, the whole point is like I'm doing a live case study of how someone would see it. Of course, there's a bit more into it, but that's the general gist. And if you look at the stuff like repetitious content, you know, that's stuff like, you know, re-uploads and clip compilations and blah, 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 blah. So you keep going here, what's allowed to be monetized. And so examples of what is allowed to be monetized here with repetitive stuff. So you have same intro and outro for your videos, but the bulk of your content is different. Similar content where each video talks about specifically about the qualities of the subject you're featuring. Short clips of similar objects edited together where you explain how they're connected. So really and truly, it goes back to the whole idea of like transformative content. Are you making the content yours? So when you do a reaction video, are you adding to it? Are you adding more to it? Or are you just looking at it? And by the way, reaction content has been a problem since probably the beginning of YouTube, like people getting monetized, because what would used to happen is that people would literally just sit in front of their computers and just not say a single word. That's it. They just watch. Literally what Twitch streamers do now. Sit and watch and not say anything, and they would get monetized for it. But of course, naturally, people bring attention to it, and there's a natural crackdown on it. So anyways, I just want to take a look at that real quick because it's actually kind of interesting, you know, how we get to where we are. And here's just a small video that sums everything up in case you're wondering what's going on.
If you're seeing posts about a July 2025 update to the YouTube Partner Program monetization policies, and you're concerned it'll affect your reaction or clips or other type of channel, well, I'm Rene Ritchie. I'm a creator who works inside YouTube, and here's the deal. This is a minor update to YouTube's long-standing YPP policies to help better identify when content is mass-produced or repetitive. This type of content has already been ineligible for monetization for years, and is content viewers often consider spam. That's it. That's all.
So something I wanted to show you guys is that I actually came across this channel. Like this channel came across like a bit ago. Like I found it some time ago. But it's crazy how I didn't get to make a video on it now. So I want to look at it. And so I don't go on TikTok anymore. I'm not really on there. I used to post daily on it, but not anymore. But regardless, there's this account called Impossible AIs. So it tells you exactly what is in the title. Okay, and you know what they do? They make like ASMR cutting glass videos, okay? And if these videos look off, guess what? These are made in Google's VO AI or whatever. That's literally where it's made in. And so if you take a look here, the most popular video has 30 million views. And okay, to better give a bit of credence to TikTok, what happens is that sometimes what counts as a view is if somebody swipes and they see it for 1 second, that counts as a view. And you just go on and 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 on, regardless. But the part that has me crazy, like has me like genuinely baffled, is that this channel gets so much like views for TikTok standards. Gets so many by posting the exact same video. That has me baffled. I'm going to just show you guys the actual insanity that is this channel. I don't know how to explain it. Just watch it. That's the punchline. That's it. It's just cutting glass fruits. Okay? And it even shows the VO in the corner. Like, you know it's AI, and people still watch it. Is that not baffling to you? It's baffling to me. I don't understand. But going on, here's something that I didn't really go over in a while. But essentially, what has it with these AI channels is that a good chunk of them, what they end up doing is, even though they don't spam like monetization like right away, they go AI videos. What these channels will do is that essentially they go to an AI tool or something, like there's a lot of them out there, or in this case you maybe have Google VO, whatever, okay? And so what you end up doing is that you make a bunch of different videos, and then you just spam the algorithm all day. You spam 3 to 4 videos, and these people can afford to have a video flop because they're uploading all the time. Okay, sometimes they're uploading shorts, TikToks, whatever it is, and eventually they're going to get enough people to follow or subscribe, and that way they can then maybe tweak the content to be something else. And that's basically the get there quick scheme in terms of YouTube. And so you pay $200 and you just gotta. It's a pretty cool return on investment. You think about it, okay? You put no effort and you get lots of it back. This is great. But anyways, and you know what's even funnier though? Now it's so crazy to the point where people actually will give guides on how to. So I found this channel called How to AI. Actually, I found it completely by accident. And a video I was taking a look at is like the AI niche, how to make $13,000 a month with TikTok automation and faceless niches. Do you know? I mean, I know there's a lot of like YouTube clickbaits that do that, but it's just kind of crazy how it tells you in the title how to use AI to just automate your stuff. And one of the ones I covered in one of my older videos is that like, people would take Reddit stories, put a voiceover over it, and just post it. Like I'm sorry. Do you know how crazy that is to me? You just take a Reddit story and you just post it instead of people just reading it. Anyways, we're gonna watch a tiny little bit of this video because I kind of want to take a look at it a bit more, and just show you I'm gonna show you the metagame. And guess what? We're gonna see the metagame probably in maybe 5 minutes. It's not gonna take much time.
So this account made $25,000 from this one single video. It is brand new TikTok niche that I'm about to reveal. I'm going to show you how literal teenagers are making a full-time income posting faceless AI-generated clips only using a simple 5-step blueprint that anyone can follow.
But Leo, I heard you can't make any money at all on TikTok.
Now I hear people say stuff like this so often, and the thing is, it's true. If you're stuck with bad advice, such as trying to go viral with Reddit stories. However, if you follow the framework that I'm about to share with you, you'll have a proven strategy that people are using right now to bring in tens of thousands of dollars per month on autopilot with AI. Now, TikTok actually has a program called the Creator Rewards Program, where they're paying people for views. It's kind of like TikTok's version of the YouTube Partner Program. And you can actually get paid a lot. And some accounts have reached an RPM of $2, meaning for every 1,000 views they're getting, they're making $2. Now I know it might not sound like a lot, but when you consider how easy it is to get views on TikTok, it adds up pretty quickly. This guy, for example, posts his videos in this new viral niche that I'm about to show you and got 25 million views on a single video, meaning they brought in around $25,000 from that one video alone if they would just have a $1 RPM. However, this is only true if you're from the US or UK or any of the other countries that have access to the Creator Rewards Program. For those of you that don't know, the program only exists in a few selected countries, like the US, for example. And this means that if you're in, let's say, Sweden, you won't be able to earn any money from your views. The only way to get around this and get access to the program, no matter where you're from, would be to get a pre-monetized account from a site like TikToks. Since the account will be from the US or UK, you can access the program like someone from the eligible countries. And I'm not even going to reveal where I'm from, but I use this myself. Another good thing is that the account that you get has 10,000 already organically grown followers. So you're actually monetized from day one, which is crazy good if you want to go viral immediately with your first uploads. I'm not going to talk too much about the site, since you really don't have to have it to succeed.
I interjected. I just find it funny that essentially you're paying to get a fully monetized account. And by the way, this is just on YouTube, just chilling, by the way. But regardless, it's basically telling you pay for an account that's already monetized, okay, and then just spam it. Is essentially the long story short. And it can happen on YouTube. You can pay for a YouTube account and just spam it, and it has organically grown followers. Like there's so much in between. Because take for example, like a regular, like you're a regular person trying to get a YouTube channel, okay? You have to sit down, you have to conjure ideas, you have to edit, you have to record it, you have to do all that steps, and you might get 1 view. Especially when you're just starting out, you may get 1 or 2 views, maybe. And sometimes you might even get 0. And sometimes even like if you have a higher subscriber count, you might get no videos, no views either. Or you might get 5, you might get 10. Who knows? But either way, it's just crazy to me how people essentially skip the hardest part to get to the full monetization. And he's really telling you, or they, or whoever it is, basically tell you, yep, just skip, go here, and then you get this account. Yeah, anyways, let's just get to the meat and potatoes, because there's I can't, I'm stumbling my words here.
But it can be a good tool for all of you struggling to reach monetization requirements, or for those of you that live outside the US. Now onto this niche that I'm teasing all about. If you've been scrolling on literally any short form platform in the last couple of weeks, you've most likely seen these AI-generated POV videos where you live through a day in history, right? Like this one, for example, where you wake up as a teenager in the 60s. Or this one, where you live through a day during the Black Plague. Or this one in Chernobyl.
Okay.
This niche has gone so viral that people have started to create memes like this around it. Now in the comments, people are saying that they can't escape these videos because they're all over their feeds. And one thing that all of these viral videos have in common is that they show interesting parts of history that people actually want to watch. So for our video to blow up, we first need a viral video topic. If you're a history freak like myself, you'll have an easy time coming up with topics. Just think about historic events that a lot of people care about. However, if that's not you, we can easily use AI.
Anyways, we're gonna stop right here because you get the point of how to do it. So that's essentially the whole that's essentially the steps on how to do it. Basically, if you want to get viral real quickly, that's how you get there. And you know, something about this, I want to mention that AI is also, it's Pandora's box, okay? It's already been opened. We don't know what's going to come out of it. You know, there's been a lot of advancements in nice ways, but there's also a lot of bad things that have happened. So take it or leave it, okay? I'm not against AI in particular. I actually think it's pretty cool what you can do with it sometimes, but, there's going to be people take advantage of this stuff, so it is what it is. But I do want to end on a note that maybe you guys agree or disagree with, but it kind of came to my mind as I was actually making this. But I feel like there's like a certain magic as being a creator that you can't really, I guess you can't really describe it. Okay, and I'm not talking like people who just do really do like shorts videos and then they just kind of ramble on blah blah, or they make really when I mean low effort content, I mean like they don't even try, they don't even like research or do any of that. But I'm saying like whenever say it's simple like my longer videos I've put together, I'm genuinely proud of what I make because I sat down and I said, I see something that's interesting, and I took the time out of my day to go out of my way, record it, edit it, and do that. And if people watch it, then it makes me happy. And if people don't watch it, I can say, hey, at least I did something I'm proud of. You know what I mean? Which is what I will always appreciate about being a creator. It's the fun part, okay? Coming up with ideas and then putting it out there. And especially when your ideas are well received, it's just that much better, in my opinion. And that's why I respect certain creators that make like longer videos, or creators that really go in depth on something, or they really show their passion. Some you can't really replicate it. And eventually, if you get a big audience for it that also share that passion, it's just even better. So it's just hard to explain. So I feel like when it comes down to content creation, you can never forget the human aspect behind it. Because if you forget about the human aspect, why are you watching in the first place? If you want to watch AI, just go watch something else. You know what I mean? So I feel like all these people who like try to spam the algorithms as much as possible, or try to really get money as fast as possible, they kind of miss the big picture. In a way. In my opinion, anyways. That's my own little, opinion on it. Take it or leave it. That's what I think about it. But yeah, you can't really replace the magic of having a human show their passion in the artworks that they do, or the passion in the research, or have them just having fun. So yeah, that's where I stand on this stuff. But anyways, so long story short, YouTube isn't really cutting down on this kind of content. It's more like they're just updating it to make it so that people don't, or at least the people can't make money off of it. So yeah, of course, there's loopholes. Okay. It's not going to be a perfect system, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, that's it for me today. So if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my socials down in the description below. But that's it today. Ones and zeros out.